I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, a quick one today. Every spring I put one of these out. We're getting into our busy spring market. What sellers want to be looking for when they're getting ready to list their home? Hiring a realtor. Again, I'll go through this every spring I do one of these and the mistakes sellers continue to make. I just saw a Cole Harbour unit sell yesterday, sold in one day on market. I know the building. It was a good unit. They probably left about 75 to 100K on the table unbeknownst to them because you didn't show it to anybody. You took the first offer and again, probably left about 100K on the table. Bad mistake. The other one I see, I've been blogging about for years, is selling tenanted properties. These homes do not show very well. They're not going to show to their full potential. You're leaving money on the table. Investors who make up a decent portion of the buyers are not going to be interested in the unit because they don't want to assume you're tenant. And principal residence buyers, yeah, they're going to be the only buyer for it, and I'll go after these sometimes if it's a good unit, but especially if we can get it at a good price, which we sometimes can because the unit usually is cluttered, smells bad, dirty, tough to show. Those can be good buying opportunities. But I just saw one the other day. I see these a lot. I saw a unit, a good quality one bed for sale on a fixed term tenancy with 9 months still left to go on the fixed term. So who are you selling this to? Investors aren't going to touch it because they don't want to assume you're tenant, but a principal residence buyer probably isn't going to go near this anyways unless they can steal it because they want to buy a home and move into it in the next few months. They're not going to buy a home and have to wait another 9 months till the fixed term tenancy ends. Crazy. You're leaving money on the table. Quickly, what you want to do if you're a seller, interview at least 2 to 3 realtors for the job. Have them come out. Have a look at their marketing materials. This will tell you a lot about that realtor, him or her, who you're dealing with there. Have them show you some of their marketing materials from some recent solds, and they should have recent solds in that area that you're selling in. If it's a 1-bed in Cole Harbour or a 2-bed in Yaletown, have them show you their marketing materials. They should have high quality professional photos. If the unit was vacant, it should be staged or virtually staged. Floor plans are a must. Measurements are a must to keep you out of legal trouble. Perhaps, depending on the unit, I do video tours and what kind of advertising regimen they're going to do. Real Estate Weekly, online advertising, Vancouver Sun home section, internet exposure. For my luxury homes, I have an affiliation with the Wall Street Journal mansion section and gets it international exposure for my higher end detached homes. These are the things you want to be keeping an eye on. This is what you're paying your realtor for. If they're not spending money on these things, then where is the money going? And this plays out a lot on the MLS. I see terrible photos, no documents posted, no floor plan or measurements posted. Measurements are approximate or they're off the strata plan, which aren't always accurate. So make sure you interview a number of realtors. What is their marketing strategy for this home? With mine, I tell you guys, pretty much everything I've listed over the last 7 or 8 years, I owe it to my clients. I do holdbacks on. And this has to be written in the contract when you do the listing. In the old days, you could list a home and then kind of meander around on when you wanted to look at offers. You can't do that anymore. You have to set that at the time you list. So with my homes, we list. I'm very specific on when I list my homes too, as my clients know. Mondays and Tuesdays is when I list all my homes. Offer night will be the following Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So we expose the home for at least a week and at least get a weekend worth of showings in there before we look at offers, if any. Sometimes we don't get offers, but a lot of times we get multiple offers, and that's where the magic happens. You have to do that in this market. If your realtor isn't, then interview a couple realtors, get a couple of different opinions, get good advice, get good counsel on this, and then decide who you think is going to do the best job for you. Spring market's here, buyers are out there, units now, I'm selling homes now, both detached and strata, at or above record-setting prices, even with these interest rates, if it's a good quality home. Not all my homes are selling that way. It all depends on the location and the unit and the shape of the unit's in, etc. But all realtors are not created equal. And interview 2 or 3 for the job. Get counsel on, if you have a tenant in the home, what are the ways you can get the tenant out? I do list homes with tenants in there. I've got one I'm getting ready to list next month. But for the most part, I try and get the tenants out, and I educate my sellers on the ways we can do that using a mutual agreement to end tenancy. It's a win-win for both the tenant and the seller. It might cost you a little bit of money, but I will get that back for you 3 or 4-fold in the final selling price. Again, do your due diligence on this. It's one of the biggest assets you own. Why leave anything to chance? Don't leave any money on the table. Hire a pro. I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.